Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. The current state of the Pokemon anime is messy. We're currently heading towards the climax of the biggest tournament in Pokemon anime history. And overall, the tournament itself has been underwhelming, poorly written, and disappointing. But those few words sum up the Pokemon Journeys anime as a whole. However, there is still hope. Yes, indeed, there is still a way to make the Pokemon Journeys anime great. Before I explain what is needed to change the direction of the anime, I'd like to give a little backstory on the show and what has caused it to become easily the most controversial series in the history of the Pokemon anime. When it was revealed back in 2019 that the Pokemon anime would be having Ash explore all 8 regions, and not just restricting him to a conventional single regional journey, this time in Galar, the potential for the new series seemed off the charts. We had the opportunity to see all of Ash's past companions and how they've changed and grown while off screen. Questions like, what is Serena up to now? Or, where did Paul go after his defeat in the Sinnoh League? And throughout the series, these questions were kind of answered. This new Pokemon anime was easily the most ambitious. And with ambition comes expectations. And unfortunately, almost all of these expectations have not been met. To name a few of the many expectations that have not been met, let's start off with Ash's Greninja maybe coming back for a very specific battle. Or how about how bad that Ash and Serena reunion was? It's like 45 seconds long at the end of a pointless episode. Or what about giving Ash the opportunity to use his newly evolved Incineroar that we never actually got to see in battle? Oh, and don't forget, Ash has been to Alola multiple times. Or how about a much anticipated Ash vs. Tobias rematch? Or even Ash getting the chance to meet, interact with, or battle many of the major characters from the Galar region. Overall, Pokemon Journeys just seems a little too ambitious for its own good. Those are just a few of the many missed opportunities in the Pokemon Journeys anime. But all of these reasons pale in comparison to the total missed opportunity that is the Masters 8 tournament. Now, this tournament has been hyped up to be the biggest arc in the history of the Pokemon anime. I mean, come on, these are the 7 champions of the 7 different regions, plus Alon, the rival Ash could never beat. When it was first revealed that Alon was making his return in the anime for the Masters 8, it was seeming like this was the chance for Ash to get his much awaited for revenge on Alon, with the help of a certain shonen frog whose transformation had also been mysteriously hidden in the series, almost like the writers were hinting at another battle between the two. Later on, magazine leaks were released depicting Ash fighting Lance. The Pokemon community was like, huh, okay. I mean, it's not the Alon rematch we wanted, but it's cool because, you know, Lance is the champion of Ash's home region, and also the character Ash has the longest history with. It wasn't the best possible matchup, but it wasn't the worst either, and there was definitely some merit to it. Then it was officially revealed that Ash would be fighting Steven Stone in the first round of the tournament. It caused a lot of confusion within the community. With the exception of Diantha, Steven was the champion Ash had the least amount of connection to. Now, let me get to the battles. Oh boy, where do I begin with these? A tournament filled with nonsensical matchups, one-hit KOs, and poor animation. Also, these are the champions of the Pokemon world. They shouldn't be 3v3 battles. Let me ever so quickly break down these round 1 matchups. Up first, we have Leon vs. Alon. Alon, a top 3 and honestly probably top 2 rival of Ash, who has proven to not only be a strong trainer, but a great fleshed out character. Let's have him lose to Leon in about 5 minutes because, you know, plot. Next up, we have Lance vs. Diantha. And this battle wasn't terrible, and it was pretty cool to see Diantha win. It was definitely a surprise. Now for the third battle, we have Cynthia and Iris, which was actually pretty good. It was awesome seeing Cynthia get pushed to her limits by Iris, all while Iris wasn't using any gimmicks. We really got to see her growth in this battle. And for the final first round matchup, we have Ash vs. Steven. Overall, this battle was just alright. To me, it kinda icks me that Ash's underdeveloped Journeys team is even close to the strength of these champions Pokemon. Like, Dracovish has been in like 4 battles after being a fossil for hundreds of years. However, I will say I got chills after seeing Pikachu get beat down by a Mega Metagross, only to have it use its iconic 10 million volt Thunderbolt attack to get Ash the win and help him advance. But listen, the first round should have had an Ash vs. Alon rematch with a team something like Pikachu, Sirfetch'd, and Greninja. That would have been an amazing rematch that everyone would have loved. It would have been a great kickoff to the tournament. Also, in the first round I would have had Iris battle Lance and defeat him so she could finally earn the title, Dragon Master. As for the other matchups, they could have just been Cynthia beating Diantha and Leon defeating Steven. This would lead to a semi-final matchup of Leon vs. Iris and Cynthia vs. Ash. And that brings us up to speed. Present day, we're in the middle of the semi-finals. We just saw a pitifully bad battle between Leon and Diantha, where half the freaking battle of a 6v6 takes place off screen. Oh, and of course Leon doesn't use more than half his team because he's so strong. And now we're getting a full 6v6 matchup between Ash and Cynthia. The battle we've waited almost 2 decades for, and thank God they are making it 3 episodes and not just cramming it into the second half of a single episode. It is confirmed that Ash will only be using his Journeys team against Cynthia, which I personally am not a fan of in the slightest, but it is almost certain that Ash will end up winning this battle against Cynthia and advancing to the finals against Leon. And I'll be honest, I won't be very hyped or excited for it at all. However, there is one thing the Pokemon anime could do to make things right. It would make up for all the poor writing decisions, all the dumb Chloe and Ghost storylines, all the missed opportunities, all the dumb recap episodes. All that the Pokemon anime has to do to be great again is bring Ash's old Pokemon back for his final battle against Leon. I mean, from a power scale perspective alone, Ash needs to up his game. We've seen Leon basically sweep through other champions' full teams without really breaking much of a sweat. Then we got Ash over here in his Dracovish, who's got like 2 career wins. If Ash wants to win the PWC, he needs to up his game. Now what might this team look like, you may ask? I know that's a bit of a hot topic in the Pokemon community, but here's what I believe is Ash Ketchum's dream team. Pikachu, the obvious one. There's no need for any real explanation. Next I have Lucario. Yes, I've chosen Ash's new ace. He's Ash's only Pokemon capable of Mega Evolution, and even when he's not in his Mega form, he has incredible power and an aura connection with Ash. Now I got the Beast, the OG, Charizard. I mean, come on! This guy is Ash's OG powerhouse. He squared off with countless legendaries, and he always brings the hype. Next, one of Ash's most underrated Pokemon, Sceptile. You already know it's beaten Tobias's Darkrai, but it also has the speed to catch up with a Speed Form Deoxys. And access to a pretty strong overgrowth ability. Now for Infernape. Yes, 2 fire types and 2 fighting types, but we all know Ash doesn't care much for type matchups. Plus Infernape has that OP Blaze ability. And finally, Greninja. Battle Bond. Enough said. Screw those dumb vines. Now I know there's an argument to be made about Ash's Lycanroc, Dragonite, Crocodile, or even the fabled 6-move Snorlax. But I'm gonna roll with this team. Now if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna finish this video off with some real fanfiction. So far it's been shown that Leon has a Charizard, Rillaboom, and Dragonite. For his final 3 Pokemon, I see him bringing Aegislash, because you know, Sword and Shield, Rhyperior, which is on his team in the game, and also a slight reference to the first ever Pokemon created. And for his 6th and final Pokemon, I have Calyrex Shadow Rider. Crazy choice, I know, but we haven't seen any representation of him in the anime, and we could definitely use some legendary and mythical love. Now between these 2 teams, the matchups I'd really like to see are Sceptile v Rillaboom, Pikachu v Rhyperior, Infernape v Rhyperior, Charizard v Dragapult, Charizard v Charizard, Lucario v Aegislash. Now I don't know who I have winning each of these specific matchups, except, I hate to say it, but I feel like Leon's Charizard has to beat Ash's to show like power and whatnot, you know? But eventually, towards the end of the battle, I see Ash getting a convincing, but also surprising lead, until Leon sends out Calyrex. And because Ash knows nothing about it, he ends up losing both his Infernape and Sceptile. All the meanwhile, Calyrex is gaining stats boosted with each KO. Then, when the match seems to be getting out of hand for Ash, he sends out his boy Gekuga, and Ash and him commence a much-awaited battle bond technique. Greninja wins and takes Leon down to his last Pokemon, Charizard. Charizard v Greninja battle once again. And of course, Charizard in base form uses Blast Burn, KOing Ash's Greninja. Then, Ash sends out Lucario and Mega Evolves him. The two begin to charge up an Aura-bonded Megasphere attack. While they're doing this, Leon Gigantamaxes his Charizard. Boom! Reference to the opening. Then Ash and Lucario launch the Mega Aura Ball. But Charizard fires back with a G-Max Wildfire, and it counters to destroy the Aura Ball. Then the next turn, Charizard finishes up Lucario with a Max Airstream, while also boosting his speed. Then Ash sends out his final Pokemon, and his best friend, Pikachu. Ash sees Pikachu is exhausted from an earlier battle. Ash throws his cap up into the air, and the two begin their dance, hoping to finish off Leon's Charizard and become champion of the Pokemon world. The two high-five. Then Pikachu begins to use 10 million volt Thunderbolt. Leon tries to counter it with G-Max Wildfire, but the Z-move goes right through the flames. Pikachu and the 7 colored beams connect on Charizard, but Charizard survives. Charizard shrinks back down to normal size. Both he and Pikachu are breathing very, very hard. And scene. Listen, y'all, I don't know where to take that from there. It'd be a pretty crazy finish. The two mascots of the Pokemon franchise, Charizard and Pikachu, in their base forms going at it. I'd love to hear how you guys think this battle would end. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like, subscribe, and comment your predictions down below. Thank you all, and enjoy the semifinals of the Masters 8 tournament.